Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks. We're back with you. We've got Grammy Award winning and keyboardist, and gosh, everything just keeps going right on. Mr. Barny Robertson, how are you this morning, sir?
Well, good morning. I'm doing fine. Got a touch of laryngitis, but other than that, I feel great.
You better get your laryngitis took care of. Y'all coming down this weekend, ain't you?
I know it. I got to sing.
What are you going to do? I don't know what can they take for laryngitis? Moonshine.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That helps. Not much you could do. You kind of have to wait it out. So,
Yeah.
But I feel good. I think I'll be fine by the middle of the week.
Well, you sound good already, I'll guarantee it. Now, you was actually raised in California, right?
I was. Born and raised in Bakersfield, California.
Well, that's Bakersfield Sound, but you ended up playing with Waylon Jennings over there. I guess you and your wife, now y'all both got on with Waylon Jennings at the same time?
Yes, we were. We were already married, and we were working in L.A. We used to be in a band. A guy named Gary Hill had a band doing the outlaw brand of music when it was brand new. In fact, when I joined the band, I wasn't even aware of Waylon. And he kind of turned me on to all the Waylon and Willie stuff. And we were the house band on Sunday night at the Palomino Club in North Hollywood. And he was discovered by a guy named Ken Mansfield, who had just produced Jessi Colter's I'm Not Lisa. Mm-hmm. And he produced a couple albums on Gary. And that was how we got to know Ken. And then through Ken, we got to know Waylon. And originally, Carter, that's my wife,
mm-hmm.
Carter and I were put together with Waylon's band when Jessi did her debut concert at the Santa Monica Civic out there. And then we worked on her third album. And then we worked on Are You Ready for the Country? It was the first Waylon album we worked on. He cut that out there in North Hollywood, that was country music treason to do an album in L.A. at the time. And so he, I think it was at she did a midnight special, and Carter and I were on that. And it was there that he started kind of looking at us about maybe being in the band, being at least with her. So he asked us to go out on the road. And Jessi was opening the shows in those days.
Right.
So we said, sure, we'll do this for a little while. And sure enough, that turned into about 6 years, close to 6 years, all through the outlaw era there. We worked with him, wound up playing in his band, too. Mm-hmm. We would just stay out. We'd come out for Jessi and just stay on through the whole show.
Well, now, they had his band, but then later on it went to the Waymore's Blues Band. You was involved in that one too, right?
Right. After we took what Waylon called the longest maternity leave in history, and came back in the 90s. We lived in L.A., the L.A. area, actually up in Santa Clarita the whole time in those first days. And then we came back in 94 and actually moved to Nashville. And he had retired and sold his bus and all that kind of stuff. So I got off the road and then had this idea of maybe just doing it one more time. And invited us over to breakfast one early morning and talking to Carter and I, and mainly Carter. I don't know if I was even there, but it was at his house early one morning, and Jessi and him and Carter were out on the patio there, and he said, "I'm thinking about doing this one more time, just for fun. Only if we like it. If we don't like it, we'll stop.
Right.
You know, if it's not fun, we won't do it anymore." And just wondered if you guys want to do it. And he was putting the old band back together, pretty much, but adding like the great Reggie Young and horn section from Muscle Shoals and Jim Horn and all. So we said absolutely. So that's where Waymore Blues Band got started there, and we did that 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that was a good. That was.
Before he passed away.
It's hard to get, you know, when you're in the music business, to get away from it. But now you actually wrote Ivory Tower.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. That was a song that I had written, kind of try to put myself in his viewpoint.
Right.
And that's kind of a funny story. We that year we were out there on the road right up before Christmas, and he was scheduled to go in the studio like the day after Christmas here at American Sound in Nashville. So he and Jessi said, and they were always very gracious about this kind of thing. She said, "Well, hey, why don't you, Carter, instead of staying in a hotel the whole time, why don't you just stay with us at our house and over Christmas, and then you'll be there just, you know, while we record." So that sounded great to us, and it also turned out that he had asked. They were having Glenn Campbell and his wife stay there. So, and another couple. What was his name? Oh, his name escapes me right now. He was a restaurant owner in Arizona, and so there's a whole bunch of us at the house. And one night we were having a kind of a trading the guitar around and playing songs, and with Glenn and Waylon and Jessi and Carter and I. And of course, I was playing piano, but
I love the piano.
I can't play guitar. And so it came my turn, and I did Ivory Tower. And Glenn said, "Man, I love that song. I want to cut that song." He got all excited about it. And Waylon said, "Wait a minute. He works for me. I'm going to cut that song." So we went in the studio the day after Christmas, and that was the very first song that he cut.
Wow.
So I always kind of had Glenn Campbell to thank for that, because if he hadn't been there, it probably never would have happened.
Yeah.
But
golly, what great
Waylon wanted to do it.
But now your whole family is talented. I mean, you know, honestly, you and your wife, and then your kids. I mean, you know, y'all are all very talented. It's just amazing to me, the whole family.
Well, thank you. It's in our blood, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, our girls came to us. My youngest was still in high school, and said they wanted to be a band, you know. And of course, they were raised. For years. I did a lot of kids albums.
Right.
I produced a lot of kids albums. That's where I got the Grammy. It was for an a cappella kids album, and of course, I used my girls to sing on a lot of that stuff. So they grew up in the studio,
right,
singing, and then they decided they wanted to be a band. So they called themselves Carter's Chord, and they were on Toby Keith's label, and opened for him for one of the years, one of the tours years, and did a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, now you actually got a recording studio, and I want everybody to listen to this. If you need anything done, and everything can be done now, you know, by email or Dropbox or all that kind of stuff. But you do a lot of recordings now for different people. You actually do mine, which I love it because I sound terrible. But when you send it back to me, I'm like, dang, that sounds pretty.
Yeah, it's fun to be able, in this day and age, to be able to work on tracks from people all over the country.
So wait a minute, he can actually take your music and make it sound
it's amazing,
legit.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You are a miracle worker.
Everything but the vocals. Everything but the vocals.
I think he sounds pretty good.
He does pretty good. As long as he leaves the guitar, he doesn't pick up the guitar, everything's good.
Yeah. But I'm a piano guy. I love the piano. I was raised with piano. That's where I got my music start. Was my mother played piano in church, and I just
cool.
Yeah, I just love the piano. That's my favorite instrument of all. I just think it's just great. And
do you play?
I not much. No. Be honest with you, I really don't.
Bling bling.
Yeah, Yep, I don't know why I never picked it up, but I've tried a lot, but I'm not, I'm like Johnny Cash. I got G, C, and D, so I'm good with that. But we were talking about how people could get up if they'd like to use your recording studio, maybe to cut some albums, this, that, and the other. How would they get up with you?
Probably best thing would be to email me, and I give the email out.
Right.
That'd be cool. It's carbarnrob, CARBARNROB @gmail.com. And
we've got that information here too. If you'd like to have it, no problem with that. So now, a car barn is because you got your wife and you. Is that the way you come up with that?
Yeah, it's our two names, Carter and Barney, put together. It's also my first studio was in a garage, so it kind of all fit.
Well, there you go.
Now my studio's above the garage, so but still kind of works.
Yeah, works good. But anyway, man, it's unreal the music that the funny thing to me is that I've listened to like Are You Ready for the Country, which I remember all these albums, and then actually get to know you and find out what great people y'all are, and boy, that means a lot. I mean, honestly, it means a lot. But now, how long you and Carter been married?
We've been married 47 years.
Wow, 47 years, and you got 3 girls.
Got 3 girls. Yeah, I've got 8 grandchildren now. So
wow.
When they got off the road, all the girls started having the family all at the same time. So they're all 8 years and under in ages.
Oh,
so.
How much fun is that? I bet Christmas.
Oh, it's really
rough.
fun.
Yeah, Christmas is rough. But,
yeah. And very loud.
That's all good. But y'all going to be down here. You're going to be down here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday down at Granddaddy Mills doing a tribute thing to the late, great Richie Albright, right?
Yes. We're really looking forward to that. That was a hard thing. We lost Richie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it really was.
First part of the year. And but it'll be really fun to do that and do the songs that we had put together and worked on with him going way back. And most recently, we had Carter and I had joined up with Waymore's Outlaws to do a show we called Running with Old Waylon.
Right.
And we had video clips of him and video clips of Waylon's voice and all this different kind of stuff, and did a lot of Waylon's music. It was all Waylon's music. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Richie was played on most everything and had played all those songs through the years. So, we'll be doing a bunch of those.
Who's playing drums? Everybody's wanting to know.
A guy named Jeff Bridges. Happens to be Jerry Bridges' son.
Yeah, that's
and he's
cool.
A very good drummer. Good drummer. And he was, he knew Richie when he was a little boy. So he grew up and worked with Richie and subbed for Richie now and then, and so he knows everything really well, and he's a good fit.
And he's still one of the Waymore Outlaws. So anyway, well, listen, Barney, we got to get to back to the show here, but I sure appreciate you taking time, and I'll be seeing you Thursday. I reckon I'm gonna be over there Thursday, hollering.
Oh, good,
yep.
Good,
and,
good. Looking forward to seeing you.
I'm looking forward. Y'all need to make sure y'all check that out. I think the Friday and Saturday shows are sold out, but I think there's still some dates for.
Yeah, last I heard there were about 30 tickets left for the Thursday show.
Yep.
So
all right,
that'd be great. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Hey, I'll see you there, man. Thank you so much.
You betcha.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.